Hello Sophophiles. Today I am going to introduce to you the concept of matter waves. But before that, we shall study what are waves. Waves that are spread out or delocalized in space. What do you mean by spread out or delocalized? Particles are stationary, that is they are localized, while waves move in forward directions, that is they are delocalized. Waves start moving in all forward directions. Example: disturbances created in still pond water. Similar to pond water, light waves make interference patterns which are complicated disturbances that happen when two waves superimpose each other. Wave nature of light can be studied by the experiments of interference, diffraction, polarization, etc. Therefore, can we say that light acts as a wave? Yes, because it produces interference patterns just as the pond water did when disturbed. Then what are particles? Particles don't form interference patterns. Einstein's photoelectric effect showed the particle nature of light. Particles are localized in space. Einstein's photoelectric effect explains that light in the form of photons, when exposed onto a metal, light transfers its energy to atoms in the metal in the form of quanta. This shows particle nature of light. Hence, light acts as both a wave and particle. Now, does an electron act as a wave? In 1924, de Broglie said if light, which is a wave, can act as a particle, then an electron, which is a particle, can also behave as wave. We can see this wave behavior of electrons by Davis and German experiment. It is observed that each electron is detected at specific place and time, like a particle. But on repetition of experiments many times, we can see a pattern of stripes characteristic of wave behavior. Understanding what is a wave and particle, then what are matter waves? Any object having momentum also has a wavelength associated with it. Matter wave is an example of wave-particle duality. Matter waves are hard to visualize because we consider matter as solid. Wavelength associated with matter waves is called de Broglie wavelength. Energy is equal to h nu is equal to hc by lambda, and by Planck's theory, we get lambda is equal to h by p, where lambda is the de Broglie wavelength for matter waves, h is the Planck's constant, and p is the momentum of the particle. Derivations for wavelength for matter waves with respect to: first, mass and velocity; second, kinetic energy; third, charge and potential difference. First, mass and velocity. Consider a particle with mass m and velocity v moving in a certain direction. Therefore, its momentum is p is equal to mv. Substituting p is equal to mv, we get lambda is equal to h by mv. It is important to note that velocity is 0, then particle behaves as a particle. And when velocity not equal to 0, particle behaves as matter wave. De Broglie wavelength of matter waves with respect to kinetic energy. We know that kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv square. Therefore, kinetic energy is equal to m square v square by 2m. Therefore, Ke is equal to p square by 2m, which implies p square is equal to 2m Ke. Taking under root, p is equal to under root of 2m Ke. Therefore, substituting this in first equation, we get de Broglie wavelength is equal to h upon under root of 2m Ke. Third, charge and potential difference. Consider a conductor with charge q and potential difference Pd, then change in kinetic energy is equal to work done, which is equals to charge into change in Pd. Therefore, kinetic energy is equal to Q into Pd. Therefore, substituting this in second equation, we get lambda is equal to h upon under root of 2m, and substituting Qpd in Ke, we get lambda is equal to h upon under root of 2mq into Pd. Now, properties of matter waves. First, matter waves are not electromagnetic in nature. Why? Electromagnetic waves have a source, while matter waves are not emitted from any source. They are connected to matter around us. Electromagnetic waves have large lambda and can travel in vacuum, while matter waves have small lambda and cannot travel in vacuum. Therefore, matter waves are not the part of electromagnetic spectrum. Second, matter waves does not necessarily have to be charged. Why? Just like electrons, neutrons, when moved with velocity not equal to 0, they are called matter waves. Thus, neutrons with no charge show that matter waves does not necessarily have to be charged. But smaller the mass, greater the lambda. Greater the velocity, shorter the wavelength. Lambda is independent of particle nature. Electron microscope works on the basis of matter waves. Note, every wave does not behave as a particle and every particle does not behave as a wave. Only particles in motion behave as matter waves. Other characteristics of matter waves are: Matter waves tells us the probability of finding the matter somewhere in space. They don't always have sinusoidal shape like electromagnetic waves. Matter waves are not a part of electromagnetic spectrum. Please go check the links of reference notes and videos which are given in the video description below. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe to the channel for more videos. Feel free to write your doubts, comments in the comment section below. I will try to answer them. Thank you.